Okay, so last stream, and I don't have a tripod with me, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I did this before. Oh, I have a snow globe, which I can use to prop my camera up while I study for the second chapter. Because, as I was saying in our last stream, we went over chapter one, right? Over data science, what it means, all that jazz, right? Hopefully, this snow globe will prop my phone up without, you know, having to lock the camera. We don't want that. Okay, almost there. Almost there. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go like this. Okay, almost. Good thing we have no viewers right now. Hold on. Pink monitor. All right, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Perfections. Let me just get cozy with my sweater right now. All right. Yeah. Yes, and it's slimy. All right. So section 2.1, programming with Python and Jupyter. All right. Python is a programming language primarily used by data scientists. Well, I would say yes. Maybe it's true, but to my knowledge, I think R program is the one that they primarily use, but I think Python is also up there. No, I was right about R, right? I was right about R. Okay, so Python 2.7 programs cannot run on Python 3.7 interpreters. This makes sense because why would they be different? Why is 2.7 different from 2.7, right? Yeah, so Python code is more difficult to read than code in most other programming languages. I think this is false. Python is made to be more simple for the close to human. Yeah. All right, let's go. I ain't trying to read all that though. Okay, a data scientist. Now let me prop open the chat here just so that I have the chat with me and let me go to my videos. I think there's nothing personal here that y'all can see and dots me with, right? So hello, Jonathan. Well, and Darlis Montano. Hola. Hey guys. Okay, so we are. Let me just, while I'm studying, let me just have this on the side. You know what I mean? Right? This is very important here. It helps to study. It's not me being sidetracked here. Yeah. Okay. Yes. There we go. All right. So a data scientist wants to model daily pollution levels in a large city measured as levels of fine particulate matter, FPM. Fine particulate matter levels depend on features like traffic level and temperature. So the model predicts a fine particulate matter value of 20 milligram mg mq. I don't know what that is. How would the predicted value be assigned to a variable pred FPM? Pre, pre. Okay, bye. See you later, darling. Thank you for stopping by. All right, so with a value of 20, just telling Goober YouTube you are watching me study, and I just have to get this on camera because it's a very rare opportunity, and I would like to share this with humanity and just like, help everyone is proud of me while I do this. Right? So, yeah. No, I got that wrong. Okay, if you assign a value of 20 to a variable, okay, it had to be one. Okay. Well, I don't know what this means. Double. Hello, Young Lens Pro. Okay, the code pre-FPN star 0.001 is an expression. I would say no because an expression is like double, right? Double, right. You're not expressing anything. You're multiplying, right? So false. No. Alright. How are most Python programs in data sets developed? What do y'all think? Let the chat. Let's give the chat a chance. How are most Python programs in data science developed? Writing code directly in an interpreter, writing code in an integrated development environment, or searching for code online? That's my favorite method. But I think in an integrated development environment is the most obvious answer. So yeah, finally got one right. Golly. So just for recap, one equal sign is assigning a value to a find particular matter, right? And then the code here, multiplying it by this three sig fig number is an expression, right? I don't know what an expression is, but let's see. An expression is a line of code that yields a value when evaluated. Okay, that makes sense. Multiplying by 0.001 converts milligrams per cubic meter to grams per cubic meter. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. So let's do this. Match the parts of the Python code below. This is scatterplot we have here. This is for the weight of cars and then the miles per gallon. So we see here that there's a negative trend here, right? The higher the weight, the lower the miles per gallon, which makes sense. So data equals car data, x equals weight, and y is miles per gallon. So what is this? These are functions, right? I would say that's a function. Okay, how is that not? Okay, those are parameters then. Okay, those are parameters. Have to be parameters. Come on, you know this. You have to set these things first. The function comes after, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a return value for sure. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. This is why we have to study, guys. Studying is important. If you don't study, you're not gonna get anywhere in life. Right? So function is in parentheses, right? When you return a value, or like you return a command, right? Function does not return a numerical value. Instead, the output is a scatter plot. Okay, that makes sense, right? Right? Right, chat? Anybody watching? Yes. We have 3 viewers. So, small segments of code and output in Jupyter notebooks are called cells. Yeah. The run button executes all code contained in a Jupyter notebook. No? I think it's the double one, right? The run button just does it in the cell. Let's see. I didn't look at the thing. I don't read, so I just do the questions and like read later. The run button executes code only from one cell at a time. The restart and run all button executes all code after restarting the kernel. Okay. Jupyter can only be used to write and execute code in Python. No, that's false, right? Because what does Jupyter mean? Julia plus Python plus which is R, the R code. That's really, really functional. I don't know why Jupyter's not more popular. You could run 3 types of code in one, software. All right, so 2.1.9, let's see. Jupyter notebooks cannot be changed within Zybook. Changed how? I don't know, honestly. I don't think you could change it, but let's see. Okay, you got that right. Jupyter Notebooks in Zybook environment are interactive. Code in each code cell can be modified and new code cells can be added. What happens to the Jupyter Notebook when a Zybook section is refreshed? Um, How about other students, right? You're just one person. Why would it show other students though? I think it would display changes made by the student. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because why would it revert to the original code? You're gonna lose all your work. What does the double right triangle button do in Jupyter Notebook? I think it runs all cells because that's what it's not. Like if it the one button does the cell by itself. It doesn't run all cells, the double thing. It restarts the kernel and run all cells. Oh, well, I was half right. It's not totally incorrect, but yeah. So restarts the kernel. Okay. We have one viewer. Okay. What does the plus button do in Jupyter Notebook? It creates a new notebook. Come on. No. Okay. Adds a new cell at the end of the notebook. Adds a new cell directly below the current cell. No, I think at the end of the notebook. Right. No. Yeah. Why would they do it at the end of the notebook? That makes no sense. Oh, I think we're done. Um, failed to restart instance. Okay, we did it. Bro, stop inactivity. Okay. I don't know, I'm doing this again. I just wanted to see if I do that. Get them all right again, but we have a lot of material to cover. I'm behind on studying, so I cannot waste any time. Can you believe I only started studying at 7 p.m. today? It's crazy. Let's go. Alright. Click the double right arrow to restart the kernel and run all cells. If it can load, yeah. Wait. Somebody asked a question, are you a scientist? Couldn't get to them before they left. That's so sad. Alright. This is a text cell. Data scientists use text cells in Jupyter Notebook to write comments about a data set or notes about findings. Double click this markdown cell, change that text, and click the run to format the text. This markdown. Double click this markdown. Oh, this is small. Heading text that can contain bulleted lists like this, or numbered lists like this. Okay. Import pandas and seaborn libraries. Import pandas as PD. Import seaborn as SNS. Load the miles per gallon dataset and assign the datasets to MPP. Uh, calculate the size statistic for this equation. Okay, I I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is important to go over. I don't know if I should memorize all these codes or whatever. But it's fine. We just see for the participants of things. Right? Okay, so a sorted collection of strings can be stored as a list. Alright. Now this is a tricky one, guys. Listen carefully, okay? This is very tricky. Why? Because listen, lists are supposed to be in order, but there's something else that does not have to be in order. I think that's called a tuple. So a sorted hello FCN Carvajal. Okay. So if it's sorted, I think it would be stored as a list. Okay, lists contain ordered sequences of elements, so a sorted collection of any data type can be represented as a list. Nice. Okay, ordered containers are also indexed. I would say yeah, because well, I'm not sure exactly, but I know when you index something, the first thing has to be zero. We'll see. No, if a container is indexed, each element can be assigned to an integer index based on position. Each element can be assigned an index based on position. Though dictionaries maintain an ordering as of Python 3.7, dictionary elements cannot be accessed by an integer index. Instead, dictionaries use a string or key to access elements. Ordered container. Okay, so if it's ordered, it's not indexed. All right. I guess that's how you find order indexed in the ordered list. Not list too, but so index containers are also ordered. This is so confusing because ordered containers cannot be indexed, but index containers are also ordered. Tricky question. Very very tricky question because this is what I meant, guys. I gave this disclaimer before I even started this. Like, index containers are also ordered. Just because it's indexed doesn't mean that it has to be unordered, right? It could be ordered. So I'd say true. Ah, okay. So since index containers can assign an integer index to elements based on position or order, index containers are also ordered. Index containers are also ordered. Since index containers can assign an integer index to elements based on position, order, listed tuples are indexed and ordered. Indexed and ordered. Then how come ordered containers are not indexed? Uh, I guess it's like a one-sided love story, you know? Indexed can have order, but order can't have index. Index has the upper hand here. Who's more privileged. If a variable is assigned to an immutable value, the variable cannot subsequently be modified. If a variable is assigned an immutable value, okay, I said true, because that's what immutable means, right? It's not true. It's not. Whole life is a lie. Let's see here. Individual elements of a variable assigned to an immutable type may not be changed. Does that not say the same thing? The variable cannot be modified? That's what it says. However, the variable can be reassigned to a different value. The following code is invalid. Okay, so you can't change the variable, you can change the value. So the variable cannot be modified. Well, that makes no sense. If a variable is assigned to an immutable value, the variable cannot say. Yeah, make this make sense, guys. The variable cannot be modified if it's assigned to an immutable value. Individual elements of a variable assigned to an immutable type may not be changed. However, the variable can be reassigned to a different value. I guess it can be modified. You can't change the value. I mean, you can't change the variable. You could modify it to a different value or something. Look, English is not it for me. I don't really talk much, so I don't really understand this. Alright. Maybe you should try reading. No cussing. No cussing. Carvajal. Containers that data set. Python had 4 built-in containers. List tables set and dictionary types. Additional containers that are built. Contain different types. And this is integrated. The order. Index container elements can be accessed integrated. A container is mutable if an individual element can be changed. It's not. Lists set in dictionary are mutable. Lists set in dictionary are mutable. But tuple is immutable. Right, so tuple is immutable. Hmm. Lists and tuples are indexed. Tuples are immutable. List set and dictionary are mutable. So tuple is kind of quirky, right? Tuple is immutable. He's not like other girls. And list and tuple elements are indexed. Let's hope we remember this. So list and order. List is indexed. List is mutable. Tuple is ordered. Tuple is indexed. Tuple is not mutable. Set is not ordered, indexed, but it is mutable. Dictionary is ordered, is not indexed, but it is mutable. That's hard to remember. Pretty hard to remember. Oh yeah, let's go over this without looking at it, right? So list is ordered, indexed, mutable. Tuples are ordered, indexed, but not mutable. Sets are not ordered, are not indexed, but they are mutable. And dictionaries, not ordered. It is ordered, but it's not indexed, and it is mutable. So the only thing a dictionary is not is indexed. Set is only mutable. Tuple is everything but mutable, and a list is everything. My stomach kind of hurts. I don't know why. I'm just anxious, I guess. Where are my viewers at, though? Okay, I got 3 viewers. Guys, talk. Talk to me. You're loading your development environment. Okay, I think I'll skip the interactive coding because there's a lot of that. And we have to watch for a lot of that. Okay, so let's see. Update the price on the second element in house prices to 175. Um, well, let's see here. House prices 2 equals 175. Wait, 2. Oh no, the first index is 0. How could I? Holy. Okay, that was a rookie mistake. I said this before I did it. Like, first index is always 0. Add a new element to the end of house prices with a value of 260. New element to the end. So house prices. How do you? I think append equals 260. Not equal. I forgot parentheses. Okay, so yes, we got. Should I bring the laptop closer so y'all can see what I'm doing? Yeah. Where is everybody? Remove the first element from house prices. Remove the pop method. All right. House prices dot pop. What was the first element again? 140. Okay, so 140. All right, check. What? You have to use index for pop. Oh, for remove, you have to use actual value. Okay. Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. The remove. Okay, so remove 140 from house prices. You don't use indexes for the remove function. It's really weird. Remove 140. Look at this. Look at this. Just watch. I'll get this right. That's what I'm saying. That's the confusing part, right? Because you're using the index for pop, but not for remove. That's pretty discriminate. Discriminate. Discriminating. That's pretty discriminate. Anyways, what's an adjective for discriminate? I don't know. Create a new variable point that is table containing the strings x string and y string. Okay. Point equals. Oh, this is the hard part because. Okay. I would say in parentheses, right? Well, x string, comma, y string. Well, look, the expected answer is a capital X. Oh, it was capital in the thing. Okay. But that's basically the right answer. Wait, so if a value of variable friends is tuple Cleopatra Mark Seneca is 3. The length is 2. What's the result of set A and Z? What set a set that contains A and Z? It's not computing anything. So what's the result of set 10, 20, 25? Mm, it's not. It's an invalid syntax because it needs those brackets, right? Set is in brackets. Yes. What's the result of set 100, 200, 100, 200, 300 in brackets? So we don't count how many there are. Like we just count the elements, right? So 100, 200, and 300. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know what sets. Don't test me. Alright. Which statement adds coffee to the following dictionary? Milk, egg, bread. I'd say this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because listen, you need to assign the value to this, right? This is the output we want right here. This is the output. But this is what we need to assign to this, this variable to add it to the following dictionary, right? Because to basically have a term for the dictionary, we need to put it in the dictionary variable right next to it, and then that's where the value is. Executing the following statements produces a key error. Okay, let's see. Prices equals milk, eggs, bread, daily prices, butter. Well, yeah, because there's no butter in there. Exactly. It doesn't have an element with the key butter. Alright, executing the following statements. Add a new entry to the dictionary. A new entry? I don't know. I think we just changed the value for the already existing one, so I think it's false. Exactly. Yeah. Ugh. I don't know why I don't feel it like this. I'm just anxious, man. I'm just anxious for this exam. Like, I'm studying and I'm anxious while I'm studying because I'm not studying fast enough, but I have to be patient with myself. Because I already did this, but it's the coding part that makes me anxious, right? Because that's the hard part. I don't know about it. It's on Monday, my exam. Um, right. So let's continue, guys. I'm so scared. Which answer correctly defines two parameters x and y for the function definition? Definition calc val. Let's say this one. Yeah, that's two parameters. Which answer correctly passes two integer arguments for the function called calc val? Two integer arguments. Let's read this one. Yeah. This one doesn't have a comma. That's just one. Given a function definition calc val a, b, c, what value is b assigned with during the function call calc val 55? Given the function definition def calc val a, b, c, and variables I, j, and k, which are valid arguments in the call calc val? Valid arguments, huh? I'd say this one. Exactly. Calc-val is easy. I wish the whole exam was just calc-val. The local variable is defined inside a function, while a global variable is defined outside a function. Alright, so a local variable is one that is local. A global variable is one that is, yeah, I say it's true. A local variable scope extends from a function definition's end colon to the end of the function. Mm, could be a tricky question because, listen, a local variable scope extending from a function's definition ending to the end of the function. Maybe it's not tricky. Maybe it's no. See, look, scope end extends not from the colon, but from the variable's assignment. That's what I'm saying. Why you gotta be so sneaky, bro? Don't be sneaky. The scope extends not from the colon, but from the variable's assignment to the end of the function. Nope. See, that's the part that was confusing. From the variable's assignment. Okay, so it's from all the way in the beginning, not just the colon. Gotta take that into consideration, right? So a global statement must be used to assign a global variable inside a function. What do y'all think? Also, who's watching? Who's that one viewer who's still loyal but doesn't talk? Creepy. Talk already. A global statement must be used to assign a global variable inside a function. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true because a global statement doesn't have to be used to assign a global variable inside a function. You don't need that. It's a global variable, not. It's not true. Okay, so without the global statement, a local variable would be created and the global variable would remain unchanged. Okay, so it was straightforward. It was not sneaky. The last question gave me trust issue. So the function definition must appear before the function can be called. If you call a function definition must appear before that. Does that make sense? Guys, look at my feeling. So beautiful. I say yeah. That's what I'm saying. Evaluating the function definition assigns the function name with a new function object. If the function name isn't known yet, the function cannot be called. Let's say that one more time. Evaluating the function definition assigns the function name with a new function object. The function name isn't known yet, the function cannot be called. How come this is not making sense to me? Like, how come I'm reading it, but I don't understand what it's saying? Like, English is. I'm talking like I'm not, like, born American. What? Should we take a break? How long has this stream been going? Let's see here. Stream has been going on for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Y'all, I've been studying for 40 minutes straight. We need to take a break. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay? Wait, I just realized. I think I'm the only viewer because I'm watching it here and here. Oh my god. Lord have mercy. No, I don't think we're here for breaks. I think we keep moving. Like keep going. I think we keep going. Right? We're here in 2.3. Let's see how much we got left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 left. Not that bad. Not that bad. Alright. What values pass at the tax percentage argument in the function called split check? What value is passed as tax percentage argument? When entering answers use the same number of significant digits. In the function call I think 0.075. Sorry, this took way too long to understand. Okay. So which value is passed as the number of people? Um 2. Wait. What value is passed as the num people argument in the function call? How could it not be 2? All keyword arguments must come after every positional argument. I don't understand. Let's see. Error. Okay. Trick question. Error. Why is it an error? All keyword arguments come after every positional argument. This an error occurred because the tax percentage comes before, and it is technically in the position of the amount. Yeah, that makes sense because why is it here? That shouldn't be there. It's an error. Error. Exactly. So my brain is burning so many calories because I'm not used to thinking so much. The more you work a muscle, the more it can handle. And clearly, I have not been working my brain muscles because I can't study for a long time. What will the parameter tax percentage be assigned for the following call? It's another error because I only see 2 values here. Error, error. The default value is used if no argument is specified for a parameter. What is the freaking default value? Oh, is it that one? I don't know. Oh, is def default? Damn, I thought def meant definition. Alright, so tax percentage over here is 0.095, so let's do it. It's 0.0. Come on. Alright. Alright. Write a statement that splits the $25 check among 3 people and leaves a 25% tip. Use the default tax rate. Write a statement that splits the $25 check among 3 people. and leaves a 25% tip. Use the default tax rate. Wait, was I doing this one or this one? I'll do this one. Alright, so let's say split check, right? Amount equals 25 point. Oh, wait, no. Supposed to $50. So 50 among non-people equals 4. Use the default tax percentage and tip amount. Okay. So I don't know if 50 should be like just 50 or like 0.00. Let's see though. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Alright, we got that. Alright, so split check equals 25 among 3 people. Oh, hold on. Num people equals 3 and 25% tip. What is it called? What is that tip? Let's see. Um, tip percentage equals 0.25. If this ain't it, I'm done for. Oh, why did I put equal here? That would have been bad. Wait, amount equals. Okay. Amount equals. Yes, we got it. First try. That is fun. It's fun when you know something, or like when you get something right. I don't want to fail ever. Ugh. Failure hurts. I don't know if y'all know that feeling. Like I do. I am very familiar with failure. You gotta fail as many times as it takes until you succeed. Could be a billion times. I ain't got the willpower in me, you know? Fail that many times and keep going. It's crazy. Kitty break. Look at my kitties. Look at my clean laundry. Look at that. Look at that girl. Look at that guy. His name's Yuki. Her name is Pixie. Yeah. Alright, back to story. A function can return a function object. What the hell is a function object, bro? I think, yeah. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, so a function can return an object of any type, including a function object. For example, the default inner function prints executing inner, right? The default outer returns the inner. So you're printing executing inner. Return inner. Okay, that's interesting. A function can return itself. Example, function foo can return the object assigned to the name foo. Foo. I miss I miss being somebody I'm not. True. Yes. A function can return any object that is defined prior to the return statement. So function is defined in the function header, which appears before any return statements. So a function can return even itself. The output of the following program is meow. This is such a cute code. I love this code. That's my favorite code. Let's see. The output of the following program is me out. Print cat equals print pig. What? Why would it be meow if it's printing pig? And why would you print pig? I think it's false because it's saying meow and oink. Yeah, this print cat equals print pig reassigns the print pig function to the object of the variable print cat. That means it would be equal to print pig, and the cat would say oink, which I've seen on Instagram. The cat saying oink before. So if function 1 and function 2 are defined functions, then the expression function 1 plus function 2 returns a valid value. Let's see. I would say yeah, because if they're like if function 1 is a string, let's say string is meow, and function 2 is string. Bye bye. I gotta go for dinner. Thank you for watching, guys. See you later. Thank you for the 2 viewers.